Anytime you have aches and pains, you have swelling, you have brain fog, you have energy lagging, all those are signs that something is going wrong because really your body should repair itself. That's when regeneration can come in because if you're stuck in inflammation, you can never quite regenerate.
Biohackers World Podcast.
When people hear terms like stem cells or regenerative medicine, it can feel advanced or distant from everyday health. But at its core, the field is really about something very basic, how the body repairs and restores itself, and whether that process is working the way that it should. I'm Shaina Simhaee. I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I specialize in inflammation and autoimmune disease. Joined today by Dr. Joy Kong, physician and founder of Chara Health and the American Academy of Integrative Cell Therapy. Her work focuses on how cellular therapies support healing, regulate the immune system, and help the body recover in a more complete way. Hi.
Hi.
Before we even talk about therapies, what is the body naturally doing every day in terms of repair and regeneration?
Well, the body is a constant maintenance machine. So it knows what to do when you have any micro damages. So when it's fully intact and vibrant, it should know, right? So it should not get stuck in inflammation, which unfortunately is what happens when we get older or when our system is not as up to par. That's when we get sick. So stem cells are actually there to replenish all the damaged tissue. So the body's already doing that day in and day out. But unfortunately, it just does a worse and worse job as time goes on.
That's a great point. So how do we know when our bodies are not as efficient anymore in that repair? When does that start to happen? Is it bio-individual? And how can we know when that is starting to happen?
Well, anytime you have aches and pains, you have swelling, you have brain fog, you have energy lagging, all those are signs that something is going wrong. Something is not operating perfectly because really, your body should repair itself. So you should not have day in and day out chronic nagging pain because you may have temporary pain, which should galvanize repair and then it should be fixed. But if it's day in and day out, then you know your body's not keeping up.
And what's the impetus and what exacerbates it? Is it stress? Is it inflammation? Are there other?
I think a lot of it's toxicity from bad diet, like all the junk we put in our body and all the environmental toxicity, the EMFs, and then also hidden infections. So we live with a lot of critters, microbes that could undermine our health. So I think environment is an important step, but also just if we put things that are not conducive for the cells to function optimally, then you get stuck. So again, it's still toxicity. That's really the fundamental cause. But sometimes just by living, by being alive, by breathing oxygen, that causes oxidative stress. So by being alive, you are causing damages, and that you can't quite prevent.
So we should be lucky. So in terms of, there's a lot of language around stem cells, but there's not a lot of clarity. I would love to hear from you more about how stem cells play this role in repair.
Yeah, so stem cells, when people say stem cells, as if there's one thing called stem cell, but really I always go back to the origin of life, which is a fertilized egg. And that is the first stem cell. That's your stem cell, right? That's still you, but at one point you were a single cell. So every time the cell divide and start to morph and start to gain function to become something, right? It has a goal, which is to become full human. So each step of the way, the cells usually is still a stem cell until a final organ is formed. So that's when you get your heart, a liver, and there's a final step of stem cell that becomes a tissue cell. But anywhere along the way, these are stem cells. So when we talk about stem cells, that's a wide array of cells. But what we use the most often these days is what's called mesenchymal stem cells. These are the cells that are populating your entire body. Everywhere you have blood supply, you will have these cells. And they provide this function of coordinating the whole, I call it the symphony of regeneration. So they actually not only talk to your immune system, but they talk to local stem cells and to make them produce more new cells. The question is, how the stem cells are helping the body repair. So first of all, it decreases inflammation. Stem cells, especially something you can introduce from the outside, can actually push that process forward. So all of a sudden, inflammation is reduced. That's when regeneration can come in, because if you're stuck in inflammation, you can never quite regenerate. So that's one thing. And then also it modulates the immune system. So I'm talking more about all the properties of mesenchymal stem cells. They have the ability to reduce inflammation and to move your immune system in a way that the immune system is more geared toward regeneration rather than highly inflammatory state. And then it can break down scar tissue. It can help you form more blood vessels, so it can supply blood, oxygen, and remove waste. And it can also protect cells that are damaged, that don't have to die. Sometimes if your system is, receiving certain kind of signals, like in stroke, the cells that are next to the stroke region, the part that got oxygen cut off, they may end up dying because of signaling, but stem cells can come in and rescue those tissue.
So that takes me to my next question.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't necessarily understand regeneration. They think it's improving of the cell. Stem cells, from my understanding, is signaling for the body to repair itself. Can you explain this distinction?
Yeah, so basically we're making the body new again. We make a whole new body part, not the whole part, but, part of the organ. So we can make, rather than improving upon what's okay or what's damaged, make it a little better, we're actually you're making new cells. So all of a sudden you're raising the damages, right? So that's really what we're all striving for, is to be whole and new again.
For the everyday person, before they look into advanced therapies, what are everyday things they can be doing to improve their health, improve their own regeneration without going to the advanced therapies? Yeah,
so that's what we teach our patients that they have to do if they want the results to sustain. So, and I practice that every day. So first, eat an anti-inflammatory diet.
Love
eat
it.
Healthy, right? Don't put junk in your body.
Correct.
Right, as a nutritionist, you know how important that is. So first, stop putting toxins and actually putting nutrients that can help your body repair. And then you want some kind of a gentle detox form. My favorite is infrared sauna. You sweat out a lot of toxins that you don't want in the body.
But how often are you doing that?
I'm probably doing it once or twice a week. I really want to do more, but it's a matter of finding the time. But I would prefer to do more than 4 times a week. And then exercise, which is movement, moving your body.
Which is also crucial. A detoxification as well.
Exactly. So that's crucial. So those are 3 simple things, and also sleep. And that's one thing I need to improve on.
We all need to improve on our sleep.
Is that right? Okay. So those are simple things. But if you don't do those things, and then you just expect that I'm getting stem cells, this fancy therapy, that's going to help me with everything. Yes, maybe temporarily, it's going to get you to a good place, but it's not going to sustain if you constantly are stressing the body. Yes.
I love that, because a lot of us forget sometimes that it's the foundation that first makes the body, and then you can go in with something more advanced.
Yeah, and I tell people this is safeguarding your investment. You just spend a lot of money, let's make it last as long as possible.
That's amazing that you teach your clients to be more than just what you practice, to be everything else as well.
Yeah. It's about, going full force in being alive, right? Is to be effective and be thriving in all areas.
So for regenerative medicine itself, who is the ideal candidate? Is it a broad for everybody, or are there specific people who are better candidates for this?
I would say anybody that's sick. So if you have chronic illness, the reason I say almost all chronic illnesses is because all chronic illnesses have inflammation and immune dysregulation as part of the illness. So then stem cells can really come in and intercept at all those levels, or tissue damage. And anytime there's tissue damage, the cells can come in and trigger regeneration. So you want that kind of repair. And then there's people who has entered the aging trajectory, right? So you peak at about 20, 25, and then from there on, you start to see the wrinkles, right? The hair graying, and aches and pains start to creep up. Yes, that
comes on pretty quick,
right? That's the aging process. So anyone that is getting over that hump and start to see that kind of trajectory can start utilizing stem cells and kind of dial back the clock.
What's the age you think people should look to start?
at least 35.
That's great.
Yeah, even for me, I could see the change in me because I'm 54. I started doing...
You look great.
Thank you. I started doing stem cells when I was 45.
Wow.
And I can show you pictures that I look a lot younger than when I was 43. So I wasn't doing stem cell therapy for that reason. I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to try to look younger. No, I just did not want to get sick. I just want to be vibrant, feel good, and feel good until I die. I didn't care about dying. It's okay, but I just want to feel good.
Isn't
until
that the best biohack in the world is just to feel good?
I know.
And nothing else really matters if you don't have if your health and you feel good.
Yes.
So I'm 42 now. I'm going to start stem cell therapy.
Yes, that's
and I
smart.
hope that next year we're going to come back and I'll feel a lot younger.
Yes, yes. And to be honest, there are only a few people who have done stem cells as consistently as me, that for like 9-10 years. But the few people I know that did that, they all look 10 years younger than their age.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you do definitely look more than 10 years younger.
Oh, thank you.
Where do you see this field evolving in the next few years and the next decade?
Yeah, I think it's going to get more sophisticated. Right now, we're using these general stem cells, the mesenchymal stem cells. Although a subpopulation now has become more popular, the mu cells, that's a subpopulation of the stem cells, and we can enhance the number of them, and they can promote a lot of regeneration, which means that they can differentiate and become cells of different organs. But I think targeted therapies, if somebody has brain disorder, then you can give them cells that are going into the neuronal differentiation. If somebody has a cardiac issue, you can give them cells just in that lineage.
So it's more specialized.
So you can become more, so you can tailor your stem cells. So I think that's going to be, probably next trend. But I also do wonder about the interaction between stem cells and energy. I do think energy therapy using frequencies to talk to cells.
Talk to me about that. So what does that mean?
What's interesting is that even in our clinic, when we do stem cell therapy, we actually use laser to guide cells to particular organs. But we also program the laser in different frequencies. The frequency that they shine the pulses can actually trigger the regeneration or the activation of different organs. So it's almost like a whole new language. I'm talking with different body parts at different frequencies.
That's fascinating. What a
pretty
world
amazing.
you're uncovering in there.
Yes.
I love it. I love to see where this technology takes us. I love to see where it is right now. I can't wait to use it in myself for my practice.
Don't wait. I didn't wait. I was like, I'm jumping right in. I'm not missing out on this one.
That's amazing. I love it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
You're
What I
so
take from
welcome.
this is that the repair is not something that suddenly turns on when there's a problem. It's happening all the time. And when the process is supported, the body adapts, recovers, and maintains itself more effectively. So instead of only reacting to problem, there's real value in understanding how to support the process earlier and to do it more consistently.
Exactly. Yeah, prevention is the key, and it's a smarter way to do things.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this conversation. I really enjoyed it.
You're so welcome.